Hey guys, it's James here. We are picking up our series on miracles. And so today we're going to talk about Jesus walking on water and how he has the ability to control the weather. Okay, so you read right. I said Jesus physically walked on water. In Mark 6:45 through 51, we are told, it says, immediately he made his disciples get into the boat and go before him to the other side, to Bethsaida, while he dismissed the crowd. And after he had taken leave of them, he went up on the mountain to pray. And when the evening came, the boat was out on the sea, and he was alone on the land. And he saw they were making headway painfully, for the wind was against them. And about the fourth watch of the night, he came to them, walking on the sea. He meant to pass by them, but when they saw him walking on the sea, they thought it was a ghost, and cried out, for they all saw him and were terrified. But immediately Jesus spoke to them and said, "Take heart, it is I. Do not be afraid." And he got into the boat with them, and the wind ceased. And they were utterly astounded, for they did not understand about the loaves, but their hearts were hardened. Okay, so here's some thoughts that I had written down. So we see Jesus did this, and the only other person that can actually claim that actually walked on the water was Peter. But Peter lost faith. So that being said, let's without Jesus, Peter could not have walked on the water, because Peter had faith in Jesus. So now let's go into Jesus controls the weather. Jesus has the ability to control the weather. Yes, the weather. Okay, so here we go. In our Bible, we are told in Mark 4:35 through 41, on that day when evening had come, Jesus, said to them, "Let us go across to the other side." And leaving the crowd, they took him, Jesus, with them in the boat, just as he was, and the other boats were with him. And a great windstorm arose, and the waves were breaking into the boat, so that the boat was already filling. But he was in the stern, asleep on the cushion, and they woke him up and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing?" And he awoke and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Peace, be still." And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. He said to them, "Why are you so afraid? Have you still no faith?" They were filled with great fear and said to one another, "Who then is this that even the wind and the sea obey him?" Okay, so we're going to break this part down. So we see that a storm came up while they were traveling across the sea, and the waves were rocking and filling the boat with water. And Jesus was asleep, and the disciples were afraid. So they woke Jesus up and asked him, "Do you not care if we may possibly die?" Then Jesus told the storm to basically be quiet and stop. And it did. It obeyed. And Jesus said, "Why are you so afraid? You still not have any faith? Do you not believe I can take care of you?" And they again were afraid, not of the storm, but in a reverent fear because of the display of power that Jesus displayed. So that's our video. Like, subscribe to the channel if you wish, and see you next video.